Flight attendant tells black teen, "This seat's not for you." She grounds the flight in minutes. Before we dive in this story, hit the comments and tell us your city or country. Let's see how far this story reaches. If you like the video, please subscribe. She was just a 17-year-old girl with a boarding pass and a dream, headed to her first national robotics competition, but the moment she sat in her seat, a flight attendant marched over and said, "This seat's not for you." Passengers glanced over, some looked away, her hands trembled as she held out her ticket. The flight attendant didn't care, she wanted her out. What happened next turned the entire plane upside down and forced the airline to answer for something far more profound than a seating mix-up. You won't believe how this black teen fought back. Watch until the end. Ava Richardson wasn't just smart, she was brilliant. The 17-year-old high school senior from Atlanta had just won a scholarship to compete in a national STEM competition in San Francisco. It was her first time flying alone. She wore her best blazer, her competition badge proudly pinned to her chest, and her curly hair in a neat bun. Her mom hugged her tight at the gate and whispered, "Show them who you are." Ava smiled and nodded. She didn't know those words would carry her through the next few hours. Boarding group AC3A, first class, gifted by the competition sponsor. Nervous but excited, she found her seat and tucked her laptop bag underneath. But before the flight doors even closed, a sharp voice interrupted her calm. "Excuse me, you can't sit here." It was the flight attendant. Cold, dismissive Ava blinked. I think this is my seat." The attendant didn't even glance at her boarding pass. "This section is for premium passengers only," she said, arms crossed. "You must have read your ticket wrong. Economy is down the aisle." Ava held out her pass, shaking a little. "It says 3A. The woman took it, squinted, and scoffed, "Must be a mistake. Stay. Here, I'll move you." Passengers nearby watched, whispers buzzing. No apology, no explanation, just the assumption that a young black girl couldn't possibly belong in first class. Ava stood unsure what to do, but her robotics training had taught her logic, resilience, and how to document everything. She pulled out her phone and began recording. "I'm being asked to move from a seat. I was assigned, even though my ticket clearly says 3AA. The attendant tried to block the camera. You can't record here," but it was too late. The video was already uploaded. Moments later, another attendant arrived, this one soft. "Is there a problem?" Ava repeated the situation. The second attendant checked the manifest. Her name was right there, first class, no mistake, and just like that, the plane stopped boarding. The captain was notified. Gate agents were called. Passengers grew restless. One asked, "Why are we still here?" Because a teenager stood her ground, and now the airline had to answer for it. The airline staff reviewed Ava's video. It was already gaining traction online. Dozens of passengers had posted their clips too. The story was spreading before takeoff. The captain stepped off the plane. The original flight attendant was escorted out. Minutes later, gate staff offered Ava a quiet apology and asked if she'd like to rebook. She shook her head. "No, I'll take my seat. I have a competition to win." She sat back in 3A chin. High heart, pounding applause broke out in the cabin. She didn't scream. She didn't cry. She refused to be erased. Ava didn't just take a seat. She took a stand, and as the plane finally lifted off the runway, so did the truth. By the time Ava landed in San Francisco, her story had gone viral. News outlets picked it up. Civil rights lawyers reached out. The airline issued a public apology and suspended the employee in question. But Ava wasn't done at the STEM competition. She crushed every round and won first place. During her speech, she thanked her mother and then paused. "I almost let someone take my voice, but then I remembered I earned my seat." Her words brought the audience to its feet. Ava later launched a foundation to support black girls in tech called Seat, a reminder that belonging isn't about appearances, it's about deserved space. If you enjoyed this story and thought it provoking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful narratives. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Take care.